welcome back to Imagine After Hours. So today we're going to talk about a hot topic in mental health services right now, which is peer support. Many agencies here in Victoria offer peer support, but what is peer support really, and how can it benefit folks in recovery? So we're going to talk with Hazel Meredith from Mental Health Recovery Partners South Island to learn more about how they're offering peer support, about their wellness recovery action plan, and also their virtual calendar of events. So good morning, Hazel. Thanks for being here today.
Oh, thanks. It's really great to be here and see you and discuss something that's very near and dear to my heart.
Awesome. So can you tell us a bit about peer support?
Sure. So at Mental Health Recovery Partners, we fully embrace the recovery-oriented approach. So it's the recovery philosophy, which is ingrained in the whole spirit of peer support. And peer support, the definition that we work with is it's working one-on-one or in a group setting to explore connections that help a person explore their own potential, their hopes, their dreams, and despite adversity around mental health or mental health with or without substance use challenges.
So how is it different from getting services from, let's say, a doctor or a counselor or a case manager?
Yeah, that's a great question. So peer support can actually be a complementary service where it's alongside of different service clinician professionals that you might have in your life. It could also be on its own. And what's different is that they're not there to go into the deep, dark mysteries of long-term clinical issues. They're really there to help you identify your strengths and to explore recovery, maybe counter some of the issues related to stigma, such as self-stigma, and to explore what kinds of mutual experiences that they may have shared. And when I think about it, it's like there's something extra hopeful when you hear from someone who's been there and walked the journey and is coming through into the sun on the other side, despite some of the seasonal aspects that might still happen of the rainy days and so forth. It's really exploring recovery and the strengths that it takes to get through some of those challenging times together.
Like if it's one-on-one, can people meet up, in a casual context, like go for a walk or grab a coffee, or is it actually in person? How is it kind of happening during the pandemic right now?
Yeah, so that's another good question. So we have a range of peer services, some that happen in the hospital and post-discharge, and then some that are happening in the community. So it depends on what level of service and setting that the peer support is being offered in. Right now, for our general peer support program, it's more or less being offered virtually, but we're also exploring ways that not only the peer supporter is feeling safe, but also, of course, that the person themselves feels safe. And I think what's important is also it comes down to like how can that connection be made and strengthened over time. And I guess one of the only issues around that is people's comfort level with some of the different platforms out there. So we try and adjust as the person's comfort level is.
And is it a specific time limit? Like, do you have a set number of meetings, or is it kind of just however long you want to continue the connection?
Yeah, so again, it depends on which service or program. So if it's in the transitional discharge model service, which is what we're doing in the hospital, tends to be about 3 months, plus or minus some time. It's a pilot project, and it's built on a service that's already been researched in Ontario, 9 hospitals. So we're doing it on great research. The peer support program, which has been around since 2002 and started by a person with lived experience who now works full-time for Island Health as a peer supporter. That service is about 3 months. And then we have a number of different drop-in options.
Okay, so if someone's interested in peer support, receiving that service, what's the best way for them to access that right now?
So there's several ways that people can access. So depending on which service that they're in. So as a general person's going to be in the community, they can give us a call. Our website, we have an email that people can send. We also have a Facebook page. People have tended to either phone or basically send us an information request at admin@mhrp.ca, and then that gets forwarded to our peer supporter coordinator, which they'll contact the person afterwards. So that tends to be how we keep things pretty low barrier and free. So far, we might be exploring some other options so that we can provide more peer support and wrap for folks, because we know it really makes a difference in people's lives.
Mm-hmm. And so you mentioned WRAP, that's Wellness Recovery Action Plan.
Yes.
So can you explain that a little bit more?
Sure, love to. So again, it fits in with the recovery-oriented approach, and it's really helping harness what's inside of a person and helping nourish and bring that out. So it's really part of the lifeblood here at MHRP. We offer groups where people can learn how to put a wellness recovery action plan together. And it builds on 5 key concepts. The first being hope, which we all need to be able to have a reason to kind of put our foot outside of our bed in the morning, if we're so lucky to have one. And it builds on areas such as personal responsibility, support, education, and advocacy, which is really empowering. And people can get to know themselves, what they can do to help fuel themselves day to day. And then also know where their train is on the track if it starts to wobble a little bit, have a plan in place about how to help themselves. And also having a chance to know when things are really having a hard time, then people can actually develop a personalized crisis plan and a post-crisis plan. So what people learn from that is it's a chance to really get to know themselves earlier in crisis trajectories, so that it's a place where a person can step in, or their supporters can say, hey, you might not seem yourself today. It's a really great way for people to, instead of going from 0 to 60, to go from 0 to 10 to 20 and then back to 10 on a kind of a range of health and wellness, and gain insight from things like bumps in the road or relapse, which makes the trajectory easier. And peer support has been a really big part of that, because we know that experience happens and is developed through your life rather than us having failures. There are actually times for us to really embrace what we've learned and what we can do differently next time, or how we can strengthen ourselves.
Sounds like an amazing program.
I love it. Yeah, we have a number of trained WRAP facilitators, and it's an evidence-based program since 2012.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's used internationally, and we use it here at MHRP.
And is that something also that's offered for free and in person, or is it online? Yeah.
Right now, we're offering it online. Traditionally, it's in person. We have up to 10 to 12 people that would attend, and it's always 2 facilitators, and they also have a WRAP, and it's supposed to be a shoulder-to-shoulder experience, not like an expert at the front of the room. And in terms of cost, right now, we are able to offer it at no cost because we receive some funding from it, and we're really fortunate to have places like United Way, Island Health has helped us, and Victoria Foundation, and even CFAX Anonymous, Santa's Anonymous. We've helped kids, teens, youth, and adults gain these really important skills. And it's shown to be helpful to prevent hospitalization and relapse while promoting recovery.
And so do you need a referral of any kind to access these services, or is it self-referred?
Yeah, it is self-referral. People can refer themselves through our website or give us a call. Sometimes a clinician may have heard about the workshop or peer support, and so they may encourage a person to call. Sometimes families are the first ones to learn about our services with a loved one who may be at home and struggling. And so we're here to provide a range of support and hope and skills for folks. Sometimes people struggle with feeling welcome in different places where they go, whether it's in person or online. And so that's one of our hallmarks here, is to make sure we offer hospitality and kind and warmth through our service.
Okay, so let's segue a little bit into what your current virtual offerings are right now on the website. So I think You have the Welcome Mondays, which if I'm correct, that's for people who want to learn a little bit more about MHRP.
Yeah. So I'd encourage people to come around specifically on Mondays at 1. It's peer-led, and anyone can come, whether you have lived experience, a family member, a clinician, an intake worker. Just hear about what we're doing, what we're about. And even explore some next steps. So maybe you hear a little bit more about peer support or RAP or even family service, then you can put in an application or self-referral. So you can get your answers kind of met on the spot. It's a nice way to start the week, frankly. And then every day we're offering something. So I'd encourage people to just go to our website at www.mhrp.ca and check out the calendar.
Okay. And so do you have any final comments on peer support or RAP or the virtual offerings right now?
Sure. We're just about to embark on a RAP facilitator training. So I'm really happy that we'll be getting a wider range of folks to be able to offer more RAP. We're also looking to offer peer support training, and that's our peer support manual. The training itself is about 40 hours in length, 35 to 40 hours. So that's something we're really excited to be able to offer. And also practicum engagement for people that are interested in becoming peer support. It's really a lifeblood. Like, our agency started in 1984 based on lived experience, mostly of family members. And then it's really just grown to be really grassroots oriented, but also leading from the areas that make a tangible difference for folks in a very personalized way. Stay tuned for upcoming conferences and public education sessions. And sometimes maybe a family member might not know how to help their loved one in their recovery. We also offer some great counseling and education and support groups for them too.
Amazing. And that's all on the website. So
yeah,
great. Okay. Yes. Well, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. Yeah, I was pleased to be able to speak about something I care so much about.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I hope you have a great rest of your week.
Thanks. You as well.
Thanks.
Thanks, Laura.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, so thanks again to Hazel Meredith for her time and for the information about peer support, as well as RAP and the virtual calendar of events. Make sure to check out mhrp.ca to learn more about their organization. We hope that you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you again very, very soon.